Welcome to Vlog 2, Cali Vlogs again, February 2024. This is LGBT History Month in the UK. So, LGBT History Month, I've been posting some of my own recollections about LGBT history. My first memory of this month being celebrated was in 2007 when I went to Highbury Fields, a large park area, Highbury in Islington. There was a walk and talk. I found it so informative, got talking to a lot of the people as I went around the Islington Trail. That was 17 years ago now. Since that time, I've learned so much more about LGBT history. I'll mention it's LGBTQIA+, because there's a lot of other people who need including. And certainly, I might focus a little bit on trans and NB people because they're being targeted a lot. There's been a lot of controversy, anti-trans rhetoric, pretty toxic. I'm not going to mention any names. I'm only going to actually mention the names of people I want to remember. This time last year, it was Brianna Ghey, who had been brutally murdered in Colchester Park, Warrington in Cheshire. I'm not going to mention anything about the killers, not much about the murder itself. I think Brianna's mother's doing an amazing job with her campaign work, discouraging smartphone use for people up to the age of 15. I'm going to digress if I carry on talking about that. And the trouble is, the genie's out of the bottle. A lot of love to Brianna's mother and rest of her family, because to go out campaigning, to act with forgiveness, that's absolutely amazing. In another case, I don't really want to end up with crime. I've been reading and I've watched some videos about Next Benedict. That is a truly awful murder of a 16-year-old NB, non-binary person, a very young non-binary person still in school, being killed in their school. I've been reading a lot. Don't want to get emotional on my videos. I'd rather, well, just to say love to friends and family of the two people I've just mentioned, Brianna Ghey and Next Benedict, and there are no doubt many other cases of people who have lost their lives, who have family members who are grieving. So love to anyone who's lost a loved one in any circumstances. However, on this occasion, since I'm talking about LGBTQIA+ History Month, my love especially goes out to those of you who've lost loved ones who are LGBTQ+. So, I wanted to say, in Islington, there's Islington's Pride. I might cover this more when it comes to Pride season during the warmer months of the year, between June and September, because I would like to walk around the route and maybe do a guided video. There are little plaques. They've got QR code and you can read up about all of the people who are featured. I'm fascinated by the history of LGBT people who campaigned in the decades gone by. There's stories. I'd like to celebrate people from all over London, all over the world. On Threads, Safi76 posts every day about a queer woman. It's absolutely amazing. And over the last few months, I've learned so much more about queer women in particular. I'm doing a quiz for the network at my work later this week. So at the moment, I'm also doing some research to find out some of the questions. So I'm looking into neurodiverse queer people. But from history, that's very difficult because neurodiversity is a modern term. The autism spectrum, ADHD, all those things are new terms for conditions that have existed since time immemorial. However, when we're looking at history, you can't really diagnose someone from the past. You can suggest, you can talk about their particular traits and how they did seem to fall into the spectrum. And so there's a sort of, I don't know what's the right word, speculation might not be fair as a word. If we're looking at the past, we have question marks, I suppose, but we can say that the people seem to have traits that would put them on the autism spectrum. I'm absolutely fascinated by both topics, considering I am on the neurodivergent spectrum and I'm also queer. I'm LGBTQ, so I like to champion other people. I've been writing a blog and some of my wonderful colleagues have read it, and one advised me about underselling myself. I think that's one thing I often do. One thing about that is not just to do myself down. Self-deprecation can be an endearing quality. It can be fairly positive, not to play your own trumpet all of the time. However, I don't really want to do other people down either. So I'd rather find the truth, find out where exactly I am, find out my strengths as well as the weaknesses, the areas where I fall short a little bit, the things that cause me difficulty. And the same also applies because there are a lot of queer people who are on the autism spectrum. Then I want to champion them as well. If you fall into any of the LGBTQIA plus family and / or you're on the neurodiverse spectrum or have ADHD, I'd love to hear from you. Please comment. I'll finish here by saying please enjoy the last few days of this wonderful month. Keep safe and enjoy Leap Day, because we've got a slightly longer month this year. We've got 29 days. I love that. And if you're watching from elsewhere in the world, LGBTQIA plus History Month may happen in another month, so enjoy it when it arrives. In the USA, it's in October. It's Black History Month right now. I found that out from Clint from Collide Press, who posts wonderful stuff on threads every day. I thought I'd give Clint and the rest of Collide Press another mention to say keep at it with your work. So thank you. Much love. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing if you do, and please like if you like this video. Bye for now.